Hi there, and welcome to Ferryhill Parish Church. I'm Peter, I'm the minister here, and we are in preparation time, ready for Advent and Christmas, an exciting time of the year. It is, as I'm filming this, a terrible day outside, windy and wet and miserable, but always nice to be inside the kirk here in Ferryhill. So I thought I'd just give a wee explanation of some of the things that we're going to be doing coming over the next few weeks. The new Parish News magazine is all printed, and that's going to be coming out to everyone over the course of the next week or so, and that goes out to everyone in the parish. And I have put on the back of this, we've got all of the services that are going to be coming up over Christmas time, thinking ahead to Christmas Eve and to Christmas Day, of course. We've got our usual Christingle service for all ages, a watch night service for seeing in midnight, and then Christmas Day service too. So we're looking forward to all of those services. But during the season of Advent, and we'll be starting this Sunday coming, the first Sunday of Advent, we have the 4 Sundays that take us through Advent. We're going to be looking at some of the famous birth stories that we have in the Bible, starting with Moses' birth, and with thinking about Samson, and then John the Baptist, and then finally thinking about Jesus' birth on each of those Sundays, looking at a different birth. And we're going to be doing things a little bit differently here in the church as well on a Sunday morning. And if you're somebody who watches the online streaming of the service, this means there will be a bit of a difference in what we're going to be doing for that. So let me just tell you what we're planning to do. We're going to be starting the service just here in the church as usual on a Sunday morning. So that'll be at 11 o'clock. And we'll start, that's just going to be just the same as it usually is with the shared worship here. But about 45 minutes into that service, we're actually going to have a meet through in the hall, which is just behind this door here, and the hall is back through there. So that everyone's part of the service here is going to head through to the hall, where we're going to have some tea and coffee, a few wee snacks, and then we're going to, around tables, have a bit of a discussion about the readings for that day, about the story for that day, which is a bit different to what we normally do, but good to do during Advent, so we can actually do a bit of our worship together corporately, thinking about the different themes and aspects of each story. If you're watching on the stream, it does mean that the part of the service that's in here will end at that point. But what we'll do, we'll put the reading and the discussion questions, so the same questions that folks will be going through to the hall here to look at, we'll put that in the description for each of the services and the streaming. So once we get to that point, please do have a look in that description, and you'll see the different discussion questions. If you want to have a look at the reading, or get your own Bible out to have a read of that and think about the questions, you'll be doing just the same thing that we'll be doing here. It's actually, the service is still going to be continuing on as we go through to the hall. We're just going to be in a different part of the church, and then we're going to have our final worship and the blessing that's going to be there. But that won't be on the stream for there, but I do want you to feel like you are welcome and part of the worship that we're doing, even though you're joining us on the online stream. You are always welcome for that. So that's what we're planning to do, and over those 4 Sundays, we'll have that same kind of pattern. So there'll be a time of worship together, and then we'll be going off to do some group discussion here in the church, at which point, please have a look at those discussion questions yourselves. And that will take us all the way through to the 23rd of December, which is the 4th Sunday in Advent. And then, of course, we'll have our Christingle service and watch night service and so on. And we'll try and have those streamed for you as well. So that's some of the things that are coming up here in Ferryhill. This weather is really, really bad. I can hear the roof kind of rattling above me and all of the wind, which reminds me just a thanks to everyone who has helped out in fundraising for those of us in the youth group, Ferryburn Fellowship, who are doing the sleep out in Duthie Park, Sleep in the Park, just down the road from here in a week or so. So a week tomorrow we're going to be doing that. And if the weather's going to be as bad as this, it's going to be something else. We have raised about £1,300 as a group, and across Scotland, all the folks that are doing this, at the moment we've raised more than £2 million, and that's all going to help alleviate homelessness. So thanks very much to those of you that have supported our own group. If you haven't done so, there is a link on the website that will take you through to our fundraising page. It's on Virgin Fundraising and under Ferryhill Fellowship. But you can do that if you'd like to. Thanks very much, and we'll see you at some point over Advent and Christmas. Have a wonderful season.